It was a normal Monday morning in California's Mojave Desert. Just after 11 a.m. on June 15, 2026, a massive 8-engine B-52H Stratofortress bomber rolled down the runway at Edwards Air Force Base for what should have been a routine test flight. 10 minutes later, it was gone, reduced to a burning scar on the desert floor, with all 8 people on board dead. This became the worst B-52 disaster in more than 40 years. The aircraft, tail number 60-0061, wasn't an ordinary bomber. It had been converted into a flying laboratory to test a brand new AESA radar system the Air Force was developing for its entire B-52 fleet. Since the flight had just begun, the bomber carried an enormous fuel load, over 300,000 pounds, near its absolute maximum, plus special testing equipment and a crew of 8, well above the usual 5. At takeoff, everything looked completely normal. The huge bomber lifted off, pulled its landing gear up, and began climbing steadily over the desert, first heading northeast, then curving north. For the first couple of minutes, nothing seemed wrong at all. But the aircraft was still dangerously low. It hadn't climbed far from the runway, which meant the crew had almost no safety margin if anything went wrong. And then something did go wrong. Within moments, the B-52 banked sharply toward the northwest and started losing height at a terrifying rate, more than 5,000 feet every minute. This wasn't a controlled turn back to base. This was a plane in serious trouble. At that low altitude, the crew had only seconds to react. A bomber the size of a B-52 simply cannot recover quickly once it starts dropping and rolling near the ground. Around 11:20 a.m., it slammed into the desert inside the base. The impact, combined with all that fuel on board, triggered a massive explosion. A fireball tore through the area, sending a thick, black column of smoke hundreds of feet into the sky, visible for miles around. Barely 10 minutes had passed since the wheels left the ground. When rescue teams arrived, there was almost nothing left to find. The wreckage was scattered across an area roughly the size of a football field, still burning. From above, no part of the aircraft was even recognizable. It was immediately clear there was no chance anyone survived. By early afternoon, Edwards Air Force Base shut down all flight operations, rerouted incoming aircraft, and sealed off the crash site. Later that day, Colonel James Hayes, deputy commander of the 412th Test Wing, addressed reporters and confirmed the tragedy, calling it an unsurvivable crash and offering condolences to the families of the 8 victims. So what brought down a massive strategic bomber just minutes after takeoff? Investigators say a full answer could take up to 6 months, but aviation experts already point to 3 main possibilities. The first is a flight control malfunction. The B-52 relies on mechanical cables, not digital systems, to move its tail surfaces. If something had been incorrectly adjusted during maintenance, the pilot's commands might not have translated correctly, causing the nose to drop or a wing to fall uncontrollably. The second possibility involves the engines. The aircraft uses 8 engines in 4 pairs. Losing one engine usually isn't catastrophic, but if several on the same side failed together, the imbalance could violently twist the aircraft off course, similar to a 2016 B-52 incident in Guam. There, the crew aborted takeoff while still on the runway. The third theory centers on the new radar system itself. This wasn't a simple sensor. It included advanced processors, large touchscreen displays, liquid cooling, and a heating system tied directly into the aircraft's engines and electrical network. A short circuit, coolant leak, or software glitch could have triggered multiple system failures and confusing warnings in the cockpit at once. Precious seconds the crew may not have had. As of now, there's no confirmed cause. All 3 theories remain under serious investigation.